Welcome. This is an audio from AliDar's Nutrition and Wellbeing series. Today we talk about the most important laboratory in your body, the liver, together with its teammates, the gallbladder, the pancreas, and all the bile ducts. And we do it in a practical way. You'll find infusions, recipes, and precise procedures, with ingredients you can buy anywhere from the supermarket to the herbalist shop around the corner to use every single day. Grab a pen or simply replay this audio whenever you like. It is made to keep you company. First, 30 seconds to understand who we are helping. The liver is the purifier. It filters the blood, neutralizes waste substances, and packs them into bile. The bile flows down the bile ducts, the small channels that carry it, and collects in the gallbladder, the reservoir that concentrates it and sprays it into the gut when you eat, especially when you eat fats. The pancreas, right next to them, adds its digestive juices and manages the sugar in your blood. They are one single assembly line. When bile flows well, the whole system breathes. And that is the secret of the recipes you are about to hear. Keep the bile moving and give these organs the nutrients they work with. One honest note first, as a friend. These are herbal traditions and food habits, not treatments. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, if you take medicines, or if you have ever had trouble with your gallbladder or pancreas, talk to your doctor or pharmacist before starting. Some bitter herbs really do get the bile moving, and for some people a professional's green light is needed first. And now, the recipe book. 7 daily preparations from morning to night, each with its full procedure. Recipe number 1. Warm lemon water on waking. It rehydrates the body after the night and sends a first, gentle signal to your digestion. Procedure. Warm about 300 milliliters of water, a generous cup, until it is pleasantly warm, not boiling. Squeeze half a fresh lemon, pour the juice into the water, stir, and drink in small sips on an empty stomach, 10 or 15 minutes before breakfast. To protect your tooth enamel, use a straw and rinse your mouth afterwards. That's all, simple, but it is the gong that opens the day. Recipe number 2. Dandelion root decoction, the king of bitters. Dandelion is the common meadow flower. At the herbalist, you'll find the dried, cut root. It costs little and lasts for weeks. The root needs a decoction because it is hard and only releases its substances with boiling. Procedure. Put a heaped teaspoon of dried root in a small pot with 250 milliliters of cold water. Bring it to a gentle boil, lower the heat, and let it simmer, covered, for 5 minutes. Turn it off, let it rest another 10 minutes, still covered, then strain. Drink it warm, unsweetened, 1 cup mid-morning or half an hour before lunch. Yes, it is bitter, but it is precisely that bitterness which, touching the tongue, tells the bile to start walking. Recipe number 3. Artichoke leaf infusion, the liver's oldest friend. Dried artichoke leaves are sold at herbalist shops. Procedure. 1 level teaspoon of leaves in a cup. Pour over 250 milliliters of freshly boiled water. Cover with a small plate, this matters, so the good substances don't fly away with the steam, and let it steep for 10 minutes. Strain and drink warm half an hour before your main meal. Fair warning, this is the most bitter infusion of all. If it's too much at first, start with half a teaspoon and add a thin slice of apple to the cup. It sweetens without betraying. And when you cook fresh artichokes, don't throw away the cooking water. Salt it lightly and sip it like a light broth, the gentle version of the same old country remedy. Recipe number 4. Milk thistle seed tea. Milk thistle is the most studied plant for the liver, and its seeds are easy to find at herbalist shops. Procedure. Crush a teaspoon of seeds in a mortar or press them with the bottom of a glass. They must be broken open, otherwise they give up nothing. Put them in a cup, pour over freshly boiled water, cover and steep for 15 minutes, then strain. 1 cup a day in the afternoon. Honesty first. Silymarin, the active compound of milk thistle, dissolves poorly in water, so the tea is a caress, not a punch. If you want the full effect, the supplement exists. Ask your pharmacist which one is right for you. Recipe number 5. Ginger and lemon, the afternoon wake-up call. Procedure: cut 3 or 4 thin slices of fresh ginger root, well-washed skin and all. Put them in a small pot with 250 milliliters of water. Bring to the boil and simmer for 5 minutes. Turn off, add a strip of lemon zest, only the yellow part, rest 5 minutes and strain. Half a teaspoon of honey once it's warm if you like. Ginger supports digestion and lends a hand to the pancreas in its daily work too. Recipe number 6. Simple golden milk, the turmeric treat. Procedure: warm a cup of milk or plant milk. Oat and almond work beautifully. When it is hot but not boiling, add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a good grind of black pepper. This is essential. Without pepper, curcumin is barely absorbed at all, and if you like it, a pinch of cinnamon. Whisk well with a small whisk or a fork and drink it after dinner, away from main meals. Turmeric is among the most studied spices for supporting the liver and the bile ducts. This is the most pleasant way to bring it home every evening. Recipe number 7. The Goodnight Infusion, fennel and mint. Procedure: crush a teaspoon of fennel seeds, add a few fresh mint leaves or half a teaspoon of dried mint. Pour over freshly boiled water, cover and steep for 10 minutes. Strain and drink after dinner. It deflates, relaxes the belly, and closes the day gently while the liver gets ready for its night shift. Then there are the recipes for the plate, because real detox is also done with a fork. I'll leave you 3, 1 per meal. The ruby red morning juice, 2 or 3 times a week. 1 small raw beetroot, well washed and peeled. 1 carrot, the juice of half a lemon and a small piece of ginger. Blend everything with half a glass of water and strain if you prefer, or run it through a juicer if you have one. Beetroot's beta-alanes are among the best friends of the liver's own natural antioxidants. The midday bitter salad every day. A base of radicchio, rocket, and when you find it, chicory. Dress with a tablespoon of cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice, no industrial vinegar, and add a few walnuts if you like. Bitterness before and during the meal is the bile's orchestra conductor. Every bite tells it, flow, flow. And the green evening soup, 3 or 4 times a week. In a pot, soften half an onion and a crushed garlic clove in a little oil. Add 2 courgettes or a head of broccoli in pieces, 1 small potato, and cover with water or a light vegetable stock. 20 minutes of gentle cooking, then blend it all. Season with a measured hand and finish with a thread of raw olive oil and a sprinkle of chopped rosemary. Eat dinner early, ideally by 8, and give your liver its 3 free hours before sleep. And now the chapter many were waiting for, the juicer. Because if you have a cold-pressed juicer at home, you have a little well-being laboratory on your kitchen counter, and it is worth learning to use it well. Take all the time you need for this part. Here you'll find 10 juices, one by one, with the amounts and the exact procedure. First, though, the golden rules of the juicer, because a badly made juice does more harm than good. Rule number 1, a slow juicer, not a centrifugal one. The slow juicer works gently, cold pressing like a patient hand, neither heating nor oxidizing, so vitamins and enzymes reach the glass alive. The centrifugal one spins fast, heats, and oxidizes. If that's all you have, it's fine, but drink even faster. Rule number 2, drink it at once within 10 minutes. A juice is alive, and in the air it fades. Every minute that passes, it loses something. Rule number 3, on an empty stomach, away from meals in the morning or mid-afternoon, so absorption is full and it doesn't ferment on top of food. Rule number 4, the most important one for the liver and pancreas, more vegetables than fruit. Fruit brings sugars that, freed from the fiber and drunk as liquid, reach the liver and pancreas fast. The wise proportion is at least 2/3 vegetables and only 1/3 fruit, just to sweeten. Anyone who must watch their blood sugar should use only half an apple or replace it with lemon. Rule number 5, drink slowly, almost chewing the juice, mixing it with your saliva. Digestion begins there. Rule number 6, Wash everything well, fruit and vegetables, and the juicer right after use because dried pulp turns to cement. And one last thing, don't throw away the leftover fiber in the basket. Keep some for soups or vegetable patties. It's the part that cleans the gut. That said, here are the 10 juices. Treat the amounts as a compass, not a law. The juicer is forgiving, and in time you'll find your own. Juice number 1, the liver green. It is the king of them all. Light, cleansing, a beautiful emerald color. Ingredients: 2 celery stalks, half a cucumber with the skin if organic, a generous handful of fresh baby spinach or charred leaves, half a green apple, the juice of half a lemon, and a piece of ginger the size of a thumbnail. Method: wash everything. Cut into pieces that fit the shoot and alternate the leafy greens with the firmer items like celery and apple as you feed them in. That way the leaves, too soft on their own, are pushed down by the hard pieces and don't get stuck. Press, pour, add the lemon at the end, stirring, and drink at once. The green of the leaves brings chlorophyll and magnesium. The celery is draining. The lemon and ginger light it all up. Juice number 2, the ruby red for the bile ducts. Ingredients: 1 small raw beetroot, not boiled, it must be raw, well washed and peeled, 1 carrot, half an apple, the juice of half a lemon, and a piece of ginger. Method: cut the beetroot into small wedges, it's hard and the juicer prefers it in pieces, and feed it alternating with carrot and apple. Add the lemon at the end. You get a dense, deep purple juice. If it's too strong, loosen it with a finger of water. Beetroot's betalains support the liver's natural antioxidants, and this is by far the best-loved juice of the cleansing tradition. Drink it 2 or 3 times a week, not every day, because beetroot is rich in sugars. Juice number 3, the turmeric yellow, the inflammation queller. Ingredients: 2 carrots, half an apple, a piece of fresh turmeric root the length of a finger if you can't find it fresh. Keep half a teaspoon of turmeric powder ready to add at the end, a piece of ginger. And then essential, a grind of black pepper and a few drops of extra virgin olive oil to add in the glass. Method: pass carrots, apple, turmeric and ginger through the juicer. In the glass add the pepper and oil and stir well. Why pepper and oil? Because curcumin on its own is barely absorbed. Black pepper multiplies its absorption, and a good fat carries it into the blood. It's the detail that turns a pretty juice into one that truly works. Juice number 4, the gentle cruciferous. Cruciferous vegetables are the most precious for the liver, but raw and juiced they can be strong. Here is the gentle version. Ingredients: 3 or 4 leaves of black kale, the lacinato or Savoy cabbage, half a cucumber, 1 green apple, the juice of half a lemon. Method: roll the cabbage leaves up on themselves like a cigar before feeding them, so the juicer grips them better, and alternate with cucumber and apple. The lemon at the end. If you're new to cruciferous juices, start with just 2 leaves and build up slowly. Their sulfur is precious but assertive. Juice number 5, the bitter that moves the bile. This is for the brave palate, and it is the closest fresh version to the bitter teas from earlier. Ingredients: a handful of fresh dandelion leaves if you pick them in the country away from roads and wash them very well, or radicchio or chicory, half a cucumber, a whole apple to sweeten, the juice of half a lemon. Method: as with the green, alternate the bitter leaves with the firm pieces. You get an assertive, slightly bitter juice, and it is exactly that bitterness which, already in the mouth, tells the gallbladder to contract and the bile to flow. If it's too much at the first taste, add more apple. In time, the bitterness becomes a pleasure. Juice number 6, the ginger, turmeric, and lemon power shot. It's not a glass, it's a concentrated little shot to knock back in one go in the morning like a small jolt. Ingredients: a large piece of ginger, the length of 2 fingers, an equal piece of fresh turmeric, the juice of 2 lemons, a pinch of black pepper. Method: pass ginger and turmeric through the juicer, collect that little concentrated juice, combine it with the lemon and pepper in a small glass. It makes little, but it's good fire. Start with half a dose if you're not used to it. It is the anti-inflammatory wake-up call par excellence, and it keeps in the fridge in a closed jar for 2 days. Juice number 7, the light pancreas, low in sugar. Designed for when you want the least sugar possible. Ingredients: 2 celery stalks, half a cucumber, half a fennel bulb, a handful of parsley, the juice of half a lemon, and if you like, just 1 slice of apple. Method: pass everything, alternating the parsley, which jams on its own, with the firmer pieces of celery and fennel. It's a pale green juice, fresh, almost saline. It hydrates, debloats, and gives the organs very little sugar work. The fennel also calms the belly. Juice number 8, the traditional ACE, the real version. You know the famous orange carrot lemon juice. Here it is made at home, alive. Ingredients: 2 oranges peeled to the flesh, 2 carrots, the juice of half a lemon. Method: pass oranges and carrots through the juicer, add the lemon, and if you like, a drop of oil to absorb the beta-carotene better, which is fat-soluble. Sweet and orange, children like it too. But remember, it has more fruit than the others, so keep it as an occasional treat, not a daily one. Juice number 9, the alkalizing green of the calm evening. Ingredients: a whole cucumber, 2 celery stalks, a few lettuce or lamb's lettuce leaves, half a fennel bulb, the juice of a lime or half a lemon, and a few mint leaves. Method: pass everything, the mint rolled inside the lettuce leaves. You get a very pale juice, almost living water, thirst-quenching. I call it alkalizing with an honest clarification, because it matters. It does not change the pH of your blood, which the body keeps fixed on its own with perfect precision. We call it that because it is made of vegetables and very little sugar, and it is exactly this kind of vegetable-rich drink that truly does you good. Beware of anyone selling you juices that promise to alkalize your blood. It's the body that does that, not the glass. The glass gives you water, minerals, and freshness, and that is already a great deal. Juice number 10, the gentle morning after or repair juice. For the mornings after a heavy dinner when the liver has worked double. Ingredients: half a cucumber, 2 celery stalks, a green apple, a handful of baby spinach, the juice of a whole lemon, and a good piece of ginger. Method: the usual, alternating leaves and firm pieces. It is very hydrating, rich in plant water and in minerals that help get everything moving again. It's not an excuse to drink, let's be clear. It's a hand held out when the slip happens. One recommendation that holds for all 10. If you have a sensitive gallbladder, go gently with the more bitter juices and with beetroot, and introduce them little by little. If you take daily medicines, be especially careful with grapefruit, which is why I haven't put it in any recipe. It can interfere with many medications, so if you really love it, talk to your doctor first. And remember the mother rule. These juices are a joyful extra within good eating, not a liquid diet on their own. The body also wants to chew. And here comes the heart of this audio. A protocol for an entire day, hour by hour, designed for anyone who wants to calm inflammation and lighten the workload of the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas gently. I call it a protocol, but it is a repeated caress, not a cure. If you have a real condition in these organs, make this an ally alongside your doctor, not a substitute for them. That said, listen to how a day that works for you is built. 7 a.m. on waking. Before the coffee, even a generous glass of warm water with half a lemon in small sips. It is the signal that lifts the shutters. It rehydrates and gently invites the bile, still all night long in the gallbladder, to start moving again. Then 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing, the belly rising and falling. The diaphragm moving up and down is a natural massage for the liver and the bile ducts, helping them drain. It sounds like little, but it is one of the most underrated anti-inflammatory gestures there is. 7:30 breakfast. The golden rule against inflammation is just one: no sugar spikes. So a breakfast that holds a bowl of oats cooked in water or plant milk with a few walnuts, half a chopped apple, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Beside it, if you like, a black coffee or a green tea. You've brought together fiber that captures waste, good fats that cool inflammation, and a spice, cinnamon, that helps keep sugar steady. Avoid pastries, packaged biscuits, and juices. Those are fuel on the fire. 10 a.m. mid-morning. This is the moment for the bitter that moves the bile, the dandelion decoction or the artichoke infusion you learned earlier. One warm cup, unsweetened, sipped slowly. If you're at work, make it in a thermos the night before. Consistency matters more than perfection. 1 p.m. lunch. This is the main meal, and build it like this. Half the plate vegetables, always with some bitter, raw ones to open, the radicchio and rocket salad that leads the bile in. A quarter of the plate gentle protein, well-cooked legumes or fish, especially oily fish, rich in omega-3s, among the most powerful natural inflammation quenchers. The last quarter, whole grains. For dressing, only raw extra virgin olive oil. Its oleocanthal has a gentle, documented anti-inflammatory effect. Chew slowly. Digestion starts in the mouth, and a liver that receives well-processed food works half as hard. 4 p.m. afternoon. A brisk 30-minute walk if you can. Movement helps the liver burn off fats and lowers inflammation throughout the whole body. This is proven. Back home, the afternoon tea. Milk thistle one day, ginger and lemon the next, alternating. Ginger in particular is an anti-inflammatory worth always keeping in the kitchen. 8 p.m. dinner, early and light. This is the keystone of the whole protocol. The liver does its cleaning at night, and a heavy or late dinner robs it of that shift. So something warm and soft. The green soup of courgette, broccoli, onion, and garlic with the thread of raw oil and rosemary. No fried food, no long-cooked fats, no alcohol, which is the single #1 enemy of these organs. Little and digestible, the liver gives thanks. 9:30, after dinner. The golden milk with turmeric and its black pepper, or the fennel and mint infusion that soothes and relaxes. It is the gentlest moment. Turmeric is among the most studied anti-inflammatory substances in the world, and here you take it in the most pleasant way. And then the rule that is worth more than all the teas put together. The kitchen closes. From after dinner until next morning's breakfast, let at least 12 hours pass without food. That overnight fast, simple and free, is the window in which the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas truly regenerate. Sleep 7 or 8 hours. Sleep is the part of the protocol you do with your eyes shut, and perhaps the most powerful. A note for those with a delicate or sensitive gallbladder. Go gradually with bitters and with fats, even the good ones, introducing them little by little, listening to your body. And I repeat because it matters. If you have a diagnosed condition of the liver, gallbladder, or pancreas, this protocol accompanies your doctor's care. It does not replace it. Bring them this audio, talk it over with them. The best people know how to work as a team. So here is your sample day all together like a little liturgy. On waking, warm lemon water. At breakfast, black coffee if you enjoy it and oats. Mid-morning, the dandelion decoction. Before lunch, either the artichoke infusion or simply the bitter salad as a starter. In the afternoon, the milk thistle tea or ginger and lemon, alternating them every other day. After dinner, the golden milk or fennel and mint. You don't have to make them all every day. Choose 3 or 4 and rotate them. What matters is consistency. And roughly every 3 weeks, allow yourself a few days break from the bitter teas. Even good habits breathe better in cycles. 3 short, honest warnings to finish. First, bitters really do move the bile, so if you have a history of gallbladder trouble or take daily medicines, the green light must come from your doctor or pharmacist. Second, beware of crash detoxes, mystery drinks, and anyone promising miracle cleanses in 3 days. The liver doesn't want punishment, it wants habits. Third, these recipes work inside a lifestyle that supports them, and you already know the pillars. As little alcohol as possible, water throughout the day, a half-hour walk, fewer liquid sugars and ultra-processed foods, and real sleep, because the night is when the liver does its housekeeping. The liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, they have been working for you since before you were born in silence, never once on strike. From today, you have a whole recipe book to thank them with, 1 cup at a time, one day after another. This audio is for general informational purposes only and does not replace medical advice. For the use of herbs, supplements, or major dietary changes, especially if you take medicines, always consult a health professional. Thank you for listening, and see you soon on ALIDÀR.